right, now what we gonna do, we're gonna go live on Facebook real quick. And then we're gonna get this ball started. Get this party started. All right, so we are gonna go to the group. Okay. All righty. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this week we're gonna be talking about restaurants. Okay, so now, when it comes to this journey of getting fit, all right, you guys gotta understand, man, eating out is like a natural part of life, right? To an extent, because it's a lot of how we socialize in our culture, right? But when it comes to eating out, most people do this shit all fucking wrong. Okay. All fucking wrong. Okay. So when it comes out to eating restaurants, these little tips that I'm going to give you are based around the things that you need to understand. But above that, what you got to understand is that this is always a calories game. When it comes to getting fit, staying fit, losing fat, never gaining fat, right? It always is a calories game. It's always a calories game. You can hear me say this shit all the time, okay? It's always a calories game, okay? Now, with that said, these tips that I'm going to give you here, just a couple little tips here, but here's some other reasons why you want to keep eating out to a minimum, okay? Let me come over here, okay? So number one, no matter how healthy you eat, okay, no matter how good you think you're being, if it's cooked in the fucking kitchen at a goddamn restaurant, okay, almost all of them use seed oils, okay, right? Canola oil, soybean oil, fucking sunflower oil, the cheap, nasty, processed, inflammatory shit. So what does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? That means anytime you eat at a restaurant, even if you follow my guidelines and you keep your nutrition in check, you're still going to get inflamed. Okay, because these are highly inflammatory, right? So you want to keep your eating out to a minimum. Okay. A lot of you guys eat out, you know, or at least before you started, right? You eat out like fucking every day, right? And you wonder why you fucking feel like shit and you feel fucking tired all the time and why your knees hurt and your back hurts and your elbow hurts and all this shit hurts. It's because you're fucking consuming seed oils. Okay. Pounds of it a year because of what they use when they cook on the grill. And then on top of that, you know, before you started, you were eating fucking all the other bullshit too. Here's the other reason why eating out is kept, you need to keep to a minimum too. Okay. You have no idea how many calories are in the actual food. Okay. And it's always going to be high. Always. Even if you go to the restaurant and just order a fucking steak, okay, that steak that you think is probably 500 calories is probably 1,000, 1,500 calories. Okay. Why? Because it's cooked in butter, it's got oils on it, it's got some seasoning on it, right? It's the fatty cut of a meat, right? So they're choosing the meat that has which fats are good for you, but they're still calories, right? So if you eat too much, then there's no calorie deficit in your life. There's no fat burning happening, right? So you go order a steak that's 1,500 calories that you think is only 500, right? And you already ate 1,500 calories, right, from the rest of your food the rest of the day. Now you're at 3K for the day. You ain't losing shit. If you're a girl, you're getting fat. Okay. So when you go to restaurants, you have no idea how many calories you're actually getting, right? So it's kind of like a fucking guessing game. Okay. So there's no way of being accurate. None. Zero. No, you can go there and weigh your fucking proteins. You're not going to be accurate because you have no idea where they fucking source their meat from. They could have got it from Brazil. They could have got it from fucking South America. They could have got it from Canada. They could have got it from Texas. They all have different nutritional value. One will be 500 calories. One will be 1,500 calories, right? You have no idea. So even if you brought a scale to the restaurant and weighed your shit, right? Because I know people that actually do that. Even if you did that, you still be inaccurate because you have no idea what the actual nutritional value of the steak that they actually got from the farm they actually got it from, right? And remember, this is always a calories game, okay? So, and these are the big two reasons why you want to minimize eating out because you have no fucking clue, right? So I'm going to give you some hacks on how you can do this and you can do this successfully, All right. So just remember, it's always calories game. Okay. Now, here's 2 ways that you could really do when it comes to eating out. Okay. This is really what I do too. Okay. This is one of the 2 ways. It depends on the day, depends on what's going on. I typically most of the time do this one, right? But sometimes do this one, right? So the EBG, the actually that's spelled wrong. It's supposed to be EBYG, EBYG, EBYG. What's that stand for, Damon? That stands for eat before you go. What? What does that mean? Okay, exactly what it sounds like, motherfucker. Okay, it means before you go anywhere, eat, bitch. That's what that means. You fucking eat, bitch. Okay, why? Because what's gonna happen is if you eat big fatty steak, right, before you go, right, and maybe some vegetables, right? You want to eat some broccoli with it. If you want some vegetables, I'm not a fan of vegetables, but if you want to eat them, go ahead. It's cool, right? Eat that before you go. What's going to happen is when you show up to the restaurant, right? What's going to happen is you're full already. Because by the time you arrive, right? Because you just ate like 20, 30, 40 minutes before, right? By the time you get here, the hormones have already kicked in that make you feel full, right? So you show up, you ain't even fucking hungry, right? You show up, fucking order water, right? Or if you're going to be drinking with some friends, right? Like it's a Saturday night or maybe it's a date night or whatever, right? Then you can just start having some drinks, right? If you're, not a former alcoholic, okay? If you're just like a normal person, right? You can have some drinks, ding, 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 right? And then you can just start drinking when you get there because you already got your protein in, right? So that's one way of doing it. It's called eat before you go, right? And then you're still always limiting your alcohol, always drinking smart. What does smart mean? Okay, here's the definition of smart. Here's a smart drink. Okay, definition of a smart drink is called nasty shit. Okay, nasty shit. Okay, what does that mean? That means you're drinking wine that is like dry and disgusting, right? You're drinking straight liquor, right? That, vodka, whiskey, tequila on the rocks, pour some water on top of it, let it get watered down a little bit, squeeze some lemon lime, that's totally fine, right? But you drink the nasty shit. Why do we drink the nasty shit, Coach D? Well, that's a good question. That's because these guys have like high alcohol, right? This is 14%, right? This one 40%, right? And they are low carb, low calorie, okay? Low carb, low calorie, right? Because alcohol has calories, in case you didn't know that, right? So you order a fucking steak at a restaurant, right? And then you have drinks on top of it. Now you're at, if your steak was 1,500 calories, now you order a drink, that's another 200 calories. If you just order just a freaking whiskey, right? If you ordered a fucking Mai Tai or a goddamn strawberry daiquiri, now we're talking 4, 5, 6, 700 fucking calories, and you're going to order 4 or 5 of those a night. Add that shit up. Okay. You wonder why you got fucking fat before? That's why. Because you were eating and consuming shit like a fucking mindless pig. Okay. We don't do that shit anymore. You're better than that. Okay. We don't fucking behave like fucking fat mindless pigs. All right. We fucking savages. Right. Fucking look, read my shirt. Okay. Says fucking savage. All right. So we do shit different than the normal. Normal people are fucking fat. Okay. We ain't fucking normal. Fuck normal. All right. Now, so that's what, when it comes to drinking, that's always the rule, right? Drink the nasty shit. Okay. If you are chasing flavor from alcohol, you are wrong and you are going to fail. Because what's going to happen is you're going to order 5, 6 more of those. You're going to drink 2, 3, 4, 5,000 calories in fucking alcohol. And the sugar is going to trigger fucking binges later. And you're going to be face deep in fucking Del Taco and Taco Bell on the way home. And then when you get home, you're going to be face deep in fucking ice cream. Because you had those fucking sugary drinks. Okay? This is why we drink the nasty shit. Okay? Because the nasty shit don't do that. And it gets the job done. So you naturally drink less, right? It's calories game, right? Always make sure you eat protein before you drink. Always. That's the rule. Okay. So the EBYG. So that's the eat before you go. So it's real simple, right? Always eat before you go, right? So sometimes, for example, I've done this many times, going to restaurants, going out with friends and stuff like that. especially if I'm like really serious about getting fucking shredded and I got like a photo shoot coming up, or I've got like a show coming up, or, you know, some kind of serious deadline where I don't have time to be fucking around. Right. And I need to be super shreddy by that. Right. You want to make sure that you do the EYBG. Okay. So that way your calories are on point. You only eat what you cook. Okay. You only eat what you can account for. Right. So you eat your food before you go anywhere, and then you just show up and just, hey, I'm just here to socialize and hang out with you guys, you know, drink some water. Right. I got a shoot coming up. Right. I got a vacation coming up. I need to make sure I'm looking on point. Right. People get it. Right. So sure, they're going to give you some shit. So what? Stop being a little bitch. Okay, get some fucking tough skin and be the one that fucking does what it takes. Be the weird one. Be the strong one. Be the one that fucking stands out. Because guess what? You do that consistently enough, you're going to be the motherfucker that stands out. And then everybody's going to be like, dude, how'd you do it? How'd you do? You look so good. Oh my God, you look amazing. What do I do? What should I order when we go to the restaurant? How do you work out? How many calories do you eat a day? Blah, blah, blah. Right? This is called the boomerang effect. Okay, because here's what I mean by that. I mean, this wasn't even part of the conversation today, but I kind of go off on tangents. So what happens is when you start your first journey, okay, this is you. You're fatty. Okay, you got some titties, you got the donut belly button. Okay, and this is you here where you should be, right? You're looking all fucking sexy. You got some lines in your stomach. Maybe you got some abs showing, right? Sexy, right? Okay, this journey of getting to here. Okay, when you start, okay, all your little fat friends, right? Even your spouses, they're going to give you shit everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, they're going to fucking give you shit, especially at restaurants. Okay. So they're going to be making fun of you. Oh, you need to track your protein. Oh, you need to do this. And just have a little bite. Why are you being blah, 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 blah? They're going to start talking shit. And this is why. Because in order for you to get here, you have to live a superior life. Okay. This requires discipline. Now they are trying to pull you down so that way, because it's easier for them to pull you down to where they are than it is for them to actually step up to where you are. And they don't want to change, and they don't want to do it alone. And what happens is that you right now, when you're being disciplined and you're living on this level right here, right? What happens is this is like holding a mirror to their face. Okay. And they don't like it because that mirror is showing them, hey, fatty, this is why you're fat, you little bitch, because you can't stop eating the fucking bread and chips at restaurants because you fucking ordered pasta and dessert, you little bitch, right? So it's like holding a mirror to their face, and they don't like your discipline holding a mirror to their face. So what they're going to do is they're going to be like, and they may throw some rocks at you. Trying to talk you down. They're trying to bring you down to their level so they don't feel so guilty about being a fat ass. Okay. This is literally exactly what's going on a subconscious level. They don't even realize they're doing it. Okay. Subconscious. Okay. So what ends up happening is on this journey, what ends up happening is you're discipline, right? Like that. Right. And what ends up happening is you end up bang right there. Right. Right? Sexy motherfucker, right? Or hot bang bombshell, right? And what ends up happening is these same people, it circles back around, right? So they go from, and then it boomerangs. And now when you're over here on the other side, when this is like 4 months later, 6 months later, now you're all sexy and confident and feeling good and shining and sharing your Instagram workout videos and looking all fucking sexy, right? These same fat little piggies, okay, they're going to boomerang back around, and then they're going to actually be inspired, okay, inspired by you, okay? They literally go from talking shit, and I call this a boomerang. See how this loops around? See how it loops around? Call it the boomerang because it happens to everybody, okay? All the time, to everybody. So you're going boomerang, boom, right? And they're going to be inspired, and then they're going to be like, hey, what do you eat? What do you do? How do you do? Can I work out with you? Blah, 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 blah. They're going to start asking you questions on how to do it, how they should do it, what they should be eating, what they need to do, because you inspired them to finally get their fat asses together. Okay. So just understand that this journey is going to be, it's going to be lonely in the beginning, right? But you're going to get the fucking, you're going to be getting all the fucking rocks thrown at you, and you're going to be getting all the people talking shit, making fun of you. Totally normal. Okay. Expect it. Okay. play along with it and just be like, watch me, bitches. Watch me. Okay. Watch me. Okay. Like, this is funny. Clint had some friends that actually told him he would never get abs. Guess who's got fucking abs showing now? Right? Because they told me he wouldn't have abs. Now he's got fucking abs. Okay. Lost 59 pounds so far. Right? Because he had these motherfuckers and he's like, oh, hell no. Watch this. I'm going to prove these bitches wrong. So, anyways, so that's back to that. So let's go back to how we do restaurants. Okay. Just understand that when you go to restaurants, people are going to try and give you bites. Taste this. Ooh. They're trying to pull you down. Okay. Remember that. All right. Now, the second way of doing this is by fasting, right? Okay. So here's how I would do this. Okay. This is usually what I do when I'm going to eat out at restaurants. So on the weekends, I usually have like an event where, and you want to plan these on your normal refeed day, which is typically a Saturday. So, right. So let's take an example. So I take my young boys out on date days, right? Just father-son dates, just me and them. Okay. And sometimes we go do sushi. Okay. But there's a special way that you do sushi. And I mentioned it a little bit last week, but there's a clean way of doing it, because most of the shit that's at sushi restaurants is trash. You have to, like, we go to a specific restaurant, bring our own fucking sauce, and we only order certain particular rolls that are clean. Right. So, and when we write on our little thing, because we go to all you can eat, right? We always write on the little paper that you write on, no sauce, real big on it. So that way they know, don't put sauce on anything, right? Because all their sauces are full of sugar and soy sauce and shit, which is made out of wheat flour, which is inflammatory as fuck. Okay. Now, so this is how you do the fasting day. Okay. So basically what you would do, so say this is Saturday, right? So what I would do, have 0 calories all day long, right? So I would actually work out usually 2 times, right, during this period. And all I'm having during this period is salt water. And let's say I'm going to take my boys out, right? And it's going to be like, say, 6 p.m. Okay. Right. At 6 p.m. Right. I'm going to fast this entire time. So I've been fasting since, say, like 4 p.m. the day before, or maybe 7 p.m. the day before. Right. So by the time I get to 6 p.m., I've already been fucking fasting for 24 hours or more. Right. Or maybe even if I did it at noon, let's just say it was at noon, right? Because sometimes we do it at noon. Okay. I've still been fasting since, say, 4 p.m. the day before. Right. So I'm already like, 12 plus 8, 20 hours fasting. Right. 0 calories all the way through. Then whenever we get to the sushi, you want to order if you're going to any restaurant. So my favorite 2 places to go when it comes to dinners are either steakhouses. Okay. Anytime you get out of a restaurant, just go to steakhouse. Okay. That's the safest bet for you. Any city you go to steakhouse. Okay. Now, this sushi example I'm giving is probably not a good example, because I know you guys are going to try and do this, and you're probably going to fuck it up. And then you're going to eat fucking 6,000 calories of the wrong shit, get all inflamed and get fat because you didn't do it right. Because I haven't made a video actually teaching you guys how to do this the right way. But this is an example of how I would do it. Okay. So I fast all the way till, say, noon. Okay. And fasting for 20 hours. Right. So, but anyways, let's talk about the 3 restaurants you can go to. So steakhouse is number 1. Okay. The other one that I would recommend, if you're going to do this, is the Brazilian churrasco. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. I know you can't either. So don't be trying to laugh at me because I'm fucking laughing because you can't pronounce it either. Okay. The churrasco, that thing. Right. That thing where they have, like, that's basically all you can eat meat. Right. And they usually have like a salad bar. Right. So those are my top restaurants that I like to go to, because the Brazilian churrasco is basically all you can eat protein. Right. You're going to be fucking full literally till the next day in the evening, probably. Right. So and then I typically like to fast after that as well, too. So that way I can clean out anything, because there's usually, like, you got to worry about seed oils and shit like that. Right. So the Brazilian stuff, they're pretty clean for the most part. But normal steakhouses and shit is always the number 1 go-to. Right. Then the Brazilian. And then those are basically like the top 2 places. The places you want to avoid: Chinese, Mexican, like, yeah. Right. And then the other things that you can always order at restaurants too, besides the steak at steakhouses and things like that, is always lettuce wrap burgers. Okay. No fucking sauces. Okay. Some white cheese is okay. All right. Occasionally, right? Just some lettuce and onions. Okay. No fucking sauces on it. Lettuce wrapped. Okay. Double patty, right? 2 patties. Okay. So you can get your protein in. So make sure you save some calories, right? Especially if you're doing the fasting. Okay. But anyways, back to the fasting. So we fast all day and then we eat. Boom. Right. And then pretty much done for the day. Right. Because you're going to get all your calories and then some in that fucking one meal. Right. So then basically fast until the next day. So that's the other way that you can do restaurants. Right. Because remember, it's always a calories game. Okay. Always a calories game. All right. So you have to always be remembering. And remember, if you've never seen these videos before, there's a simple rule. Okay. Here is how you never get fat again. See this? Ladies, want to never get fat again? Here's how you do it. Work out every day a week. Okay. And never go over 2,000 calories. Done. You'll never gain fat ever again in your life. Okay. That's the hack. All right. Boys, same thing. Work out 7 days a week and never go over 3,000. Okay. That's it. You do that, you're never going to gain fat again ever in your life. It's literally that easy. Right? Fat loss is an easy fucking game. All it is limit your calories every day, right? Burn calories every day. That's it. Come on, man. Most of you, not most of you, but some of you, right? Most of you guys are killing it. Some of you, there's a handful of you that ain't killing it, right? Why? Because you're being weak little bitches and you ain't fucking limiting your calories and you ain't burning calories every day, period. Right? Those of you that aren't where you want to be, that's it. Here's why you're not where you want to be. Because you're fucking eating over this every fucking day. Or this. Because you're fucking eating out. Or you're eyeballing your food. Not tracking your shit. Not getting accurate portions. Not tracking the right brands. Fucking eating spoonfuls of peanut butter. Eating handfuls of fucking nuts. Right? And then acting like, oh, no, what's going on? I just can't do it anyway. Yeah, you just fucking ate 5,000 calories, motherfucker. Because you ain't fucking tracking your shit. And you eating fucking handfuls of nuts every few hours. Yeah. Of course you ain't fucking losing weight. Right? So that's just speaking to a few of you. Okay? Because most of you guys are killing it. Right? So anyways, so that's basically how you eat out. Just remember. The only thing you got to remember is it's always calories game, right? And then you have really just 2 options. Like, all right, am I going to eat before I go, right? So I can actually just show up and just hang out, maybe drink like a plain tea, right? Or have some drinks with friends and just kick it and have a good time, right? Because you're there to be socializing. You're not there to fucking eat. You're there to socialize. You're there to spend time. You're there to invest time into people you care about, right? Or to close some business deals. You ain't there to fucking eat, okay? Your calories should be made up with what you fucking cook so you can track your shit, so you can be accurate, so you can get what you want from your body physically, so you can feel the way you want to feel confidently and emotionally. Right? You're not going to get that by fucking being a weak little bitch, being lazy, and just fucking going to the restaurants and having them cook for you. Okay? It's not going to work like that. You're going to stay fat forever. Okay? So anyways, that's basically how it works. So eat before you go or fast and eat, right? That's basically your options. Okay. But remember, it's always a calories game, right? Now, let me give you an example of the fasting one that I would do if I was going to like a churrascaria. Okay. Same concept. This one I would fast till 6 p.m. Okay. Because I know I'm about to tear it up, about to eat 3,000-4,000 calories worth of meat, right? Because I'm tear that Brazilian cheese screw up, right? So let's say dinner's at 6 p.m. Going out on a date with my wife. Okay. What I would do, fast since the evening before. I probably finished here, probably say 4, 5, 6 p.m., say 5 p.m. So I've been over 24 hours. Okay. Know I'm going to church tomorrow, right? Fast all day. Work out. Okay. Work out again. Okay. Fast. Ain't done shit but drink water with salt. Okay. Has 0 calories, right? Then I show up here at the church scare and I fucking tear it up, okay? Because I'm hungry, right? And the simple rule of thumb is too, whenever you're eating out and you're doing anything, even because the holidays are coming up too. Okay. So I want to plant the seed, right? The holidays are coming up. So there's a simple rule of thumb all the time that you should always be doing, but it's especially important during the holiday season. Okay. And that is or birthday parties. Okay. Always, always, always eat protein before you eat anything else. Right. Now it's easy to do at the Brazilian churrasqueira, right? Because it's basically all they serve you, right? Fucking protein. So you get your fucking meat, right? And you hit the salad bar, you can get some vegetables, right? Some other things. You get some shrimp, some salmon, right? They usually have those at the salad bars and stuff. And then so that's basically how I would do that, right? And I'd tear it up, fucking eat 3,000 worth calories worth of meat or 4,000, right? Which I've got room for because I already worked out twice, right? I'm already at fucking over 4,000 calories burned for the day, right? So I can eat as much as I fucking want. Like my belly can't even handle that much food, right? Been fasting for 24 hours and I could literally eat until I'm fucking stuffed like Thanksgiving, right? And I just want to pass out, okay? Which I usually don't go that bad, because usually when I'm going out to these things is like date night and I don't want to be feeling all fucking fat, because usually after date night is like, so it's like, I don't want to be feeling like, pregnant Miss Piggy when I'm trying to get it on, right? Not feeling very sexy like that, right? So I usually don't even eat that much, right? So I may only really actually get about 2 or 3, right? And then on top of that, I usually, if I'm hanging out with my wife, we usually have some like wine with it and stuff too, right? So I don't even really eat that much whenever I typically go out because I usually only take my wife's there. My wife's. I was in the middle of saying my wife's or my kids. It sounded like wife's. Because sometimes I take my kids there too, but usually only my wife because it's expensive. So when you're taking a family there, it's like it's an expensive ass dinner. So, but anyways, that's basically how you eat out at restaurants. It's really simple, guys. It's really simple. And like I said, the real big thing is you want to keep it to a minimum, right? Try and keep it to only your Saturdays, right? Which is like for most of you, your typical high calorie refeed day, right? So that way you have room for it. And then just EBYG, right? Before you go. Or you can fast. Okay. Do it that way. So that's really the easy way that you do it. And then when you go to restaurants, I forgot to mention this too. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this so that way I can hammer it home. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but you should be eating fucking clean, right? Like you don't eat the fucking chips. You don't eat the fucking bread, right? It's not even an option. Okay. So before you even sit down, tell the waitress that like, hey, we don't need the bread. I don't eat that, right? Adopt the mindset. I don't eat that. Okay. I don't eat that, right? So these aren't even an option. And then when it comes to time to order your food, what are you going to order? Same shit you always eat. Fucking meat and vegetables. That's it. That's all you get because this shit's going to be high calorie as it is. Okay. Especially if you throw alcohol on top of it. All right. So anyways, that pretty much concludes this video. So I am actually going to end this video now. So you guys have a great week. Take these tips and make sure you apply them, and we will see you next time. Okay.